So
Tell us about your tooth first.
Well, my tooth was, I had a rite of passage. I realized that I'm no longer a man who can eat corn on the cob in the way young people eat it. So
Okay.
I just bit into the corn on the cob and lost my damn tooth. It just
Did it break or did it fall off?
broke right in the middle.
Oh, were you pissed?
I'm more like surprised. It didn't taste good.
Oh my God.
And it did feel like a rite of passage. Like I can't like bite into apples or carrots anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But corn was like something I thought, oh God, well maybe there's a little danger here because you put your front teeth into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I was doing okay, but it's nothing I can do any longer.
It's the end of an era.
End of an era.
So, back to the bus. Okay, so we're going to go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You got a ticket to a bus on your trip to the Adirondacks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how come you didn't
A
have a
virtual ticket.
How come you didn't print it out?
Because we bought it. We didn't have any way to print it out.
Okay, so you had all the information.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the weather like? Pouring, right?
Pouring rain.
So you and Wyoma are at a bus stop.
No, Wyoma's already gone.
Okay. Why'd she leave you?
Well, she had to come back.
Okay.
I went for 8 days. She went for like 4 days.
Okay, so you're at the bus stop. It's raining. This is before you lost your tooth, right?
No. I lost my tooth before that.
Okay, so you're standing there minding your own business with your virtual ticket information, and just I want to add for the viewers, you're white.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Toothless but white.
All right. So why don't you take it from there?
So I was about, because Wyoma had done it the week before. She had the exact same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but the driver let her on, and it got to White River Junction, and he confirmed, that she had a ticket, that she bought a ticket.
All right.
So I thought I'd do the same thing. So I just thought it was not going to be a problem. So I said, I have my password and my confirmation number, and the agent told me that and he like cut me off, like right in the middle, like right there, and said, I don't care what anybody told you. If you don't have a ticket, you're not getting on this bus. And it was like a segregationist white cop at a demonstration. It was what I call ambient corporate capitalist hostility.
Isn't there an acronym for that?
That's my
Ugh.
and it was so like, when I don't know if you know, but when you don't expect hostility, because they talk about customer service, or sometimes they talk about customer delight.
Mm-hmm.
This was like total customer hostility. This guy was so nasty. He was so nasty.
Now, why do you think he had it out for you?
I have no idea. I was just standing there and trying to explain my ticket.
Was he advanced in age like yourself, or?
Yeah. I don't know if he was as old as I am, but, yeah.
Was there any other
white man?
Was there any reason why you think he could be discriminated against you or anything like that? Or?
I just think it's like that petit fonctionnaire, someone who doesn't have power, who suddenly has a little bit of power and swaggers. He was swaggering.
So what happened after he said that?
So I couldn't get on the bus. He got on the bus and he drove away, and I'm standing there just totally like shocked. It just never crossed my mind that was going to happen.
Were you in a near Bardo state at that point?
I was in a bagel Bardo state at that point.
So then what happened?
So then, like, I didn't know what to do. I had like 2 hours. I could have gone out to the airport if I thought there was any danger I couldn't get in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd had 2 hours, so I'd had lunch at Stone Soup Restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My phone also wasn't working. So
Was this your old phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, the new one that I bought.
Oh yeah.
It was up there.
Oh.
That's a whole other long story. The technology. So at Stone Soup, it's really nice people. It's all sort of hippie Burlington, and so one guy had been very nice who worked there, and so I asked him if I could use the phone, and I called Wyoma, and she suggested going to the library and typing in my ticket number and checking on things. I did go to the library. The library people were really nice too.
Okay.
But when we went to check, since the bus had gone, I no longer had a valid ticket.
So you were stuck.
So I was stuck. So I decided that, well, I need to talk to someone in person. Supposedly, they issue the tickets at the airport, so I thought I'll get to speak to a person there.
How naive you were.
How naive I was. And so, like, I went to this, and it's pouring rain this whole time. My feet are soaked because I'm wearing sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
I do have another pair of socks, but I don't want to put them on because my feet, they'll just get wet again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm walking around with wet feet, really, like, it was really uncomfortable. And so I had to figure out where the bus went for the airport. So I had to walk over to the bus station, which was a couple of blocks away. Turns out the bus station tells me that the bus to the airport leaves from exactly where I started out from to go to the bus station. So I had to walk back in the room.
Oh my god.
And then I had to stand at the bus shelter.
Why didn't you just call a cab just to, like, cut your losses,
Well,
You cheap ass. You should have just called a cab.
I do
You should have
things
called
the
a cab.
old way.
No,
I do
you
things the old
didn't want to shell out the cash for the taxi.
It didn't even cross my mind.
All right.
So I'm standing at the bus shelter, and this is rain. So who else is standing? I'm standing at the bus station with like 5 homeless, drunk people, as it turns out, and they're discussing like all these people who committed suicide.
Did they want you to join their club?
And famous people, Michael Jackson, Heath Ledger, it's
You can answer that if you want.
I won't. No. So it's and then they tell me the bus is coming at 4:35. The bus doesn't come. So I don't know if I'm in the wrong place or
Buses are notoriously bad at being on time.
So the bus didn't come, so I had to wait another half hour. Supposed to go every half hour. Well, at 5:05, the next bus did come.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was like this dichotomy experience, because on the other side, the bus driver was like this Vermont kind of person, friendly, nice, chatty, just really kind of like it was in the 60s, kind of. So I would have these experiences with people who really didn't give a shit, and these other people who were really like sweet, almost. I mean, for me, a city person, they felt like country people, country friendly.
Okay.
And so he took me out there, and I get in, I go to the Greyhound thing, and it announces that our hours of operation are 10 to 9 or something, but nobody's there. So I'm standing there just like holding my head, and kind of just
Where is this? Burlington?
Burlington Airport.
New Hampshire.
No, Vermont.
Vermont. Sorry, Vermont. Okay. Burlington, Vermont. All right. Continue.
So there's nobody there. So I don't know what to do. My phone's not working, but there's a phone behind the counter. So I think this won't work. But so I grab the phone behind the counter, and sure enough, I can dial it. So I call Greyhound, and I get like customer service, and it's like talking to a robot. He starts off by saying, I start to describe my experience with this agent and so. And he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your experience. Let me see if I can help you." And then
That sounds good.
Yeah, that starts out good. Then I explain my whole story, and he says, "Oh, wait a second. Let me check my something."
Mm-hmm.
And he checks his something. He says, "Well, you no longer have a valid ticket. That bus has left, and you'll have to, And so I explained to him that I was in fact present and had my ticket, but the driver wouldn't let me on, and it doesn't compute. I explained it 3 times to the guy. The guy goes away 3 times and comes back. First time he tells me I'll have to pay another $30 for not being present. I said I was there. Then he comes back 20. Then I said, finally, after it's like 6 o'clock. The next bus is like 7:30. So then I said, "Can I speak to your supervisor?" So finally, he gives me his supervisor. His supervisor, like I start explaining what went wrong, and she says, "Oh, let me put you on to the complaint department." And
Come on!
I don't want to make a complaint. I want to get on the next bus. And she said, "Well, you can't get on the next bus. Your ticket was for the last bus." And I explained for the 5th.
I feel like I just gotta stop you. I feel like this is some allegorical story about
It's Kafka.
No, I beyond that, I feel like this transcends Kafka. I feel like this is an allegory to like you trying to gain acceptance to the afterlife, and them saying, "I'm sorry, but you don't have a valid ticket to heaven. You have to wait at the bus stop." I feel like this is what's happening to you. So
Yes.
Continue.
Yes. So finally, she does put me onto the complaint department, and Mr. Abuela gets on the phone, and I ask him to spell his name because now I'm taking everybody's name.
Oh, you're pissed.
And he he starts off by apologizing too. "I'm sorry you had a bad experience." Yeah. And then he says, "But you don't have a valid ticket."
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Explain. And he would go back and forth. I explained this thing.
Did you tell him that his platitudes are worth nothing?
No, I didn't tell him that. I didn't
You should have.
add to the conversation. If you were there, Brian,
I would have said that.
You would have said that. And you would have never gone on the bus. You'd still be in Berlin.
I would have printed out my ticket.
You would have printed out. You probably would have. But anyhow, it was me who was there. So finally, and now it's like I've been on the phone with these Greyhound people for an hour and a half, and suddenly, like at 7:15, some guy comes down and goes behind the desk, and so I'm on the phone with the Greyhound people, and this guy who is another one. He seems like another one of these mellow thing. Oh, it's, while I'm waiting for this guy to go wherever he goes, I'm chatting with this guy. He says, "Oh, I'll try and take it." First he tries to type in my ticket. He can't type in my ticket because the bus is already gone. But he says, get a registration number from the guy. So the guy comes back and he says to me, and I still do not understand. This is like corporate purgatory. He says to me, "I've got some good news and some bad news. I can get you on." And I say, "Oh, great, good." He says, on the 2:25 a.m.
Oh my God! At this point, Neal, you should have just called a cab. I'm sorry. Give me a
Cab
break.
to what? Cab to Boston?
To the afterlife.
The afterlife. To you. I'm going to take a cab. You're taking to Brian's house.
So what now?
So I'm going back and forth. I have to go now. And the guy behind the desk, who's really mellow, he's listening. He goes to me like this. Just take the number from him. So I said, okay, give me the number for the 2:25 a.m. thing. It's like 7:10 now. The bus is going to be there in 10 minutes. And so he wants the registration number, but the guy on the phone is giving me the confirmation number. I don't know if they're the same thing or not. But
Something tells me they're not.
But so I take that number and give the guy, write it down, give it to the guy, and then I'm talking to him about getting on the 7:30, and this guy, it takes, I swear to God, it took like 90 seconds. He had my number, he typed it in, and he printed out a ticket, and it was all over. Suddenly the nightmare was over.
So he just needed something to then edit for a correct ticket.
To upgrade me from the 220. I mean, he must have.
He has power.
Off. Yes.
He has power, and he used that power.
Some power.
Okay.
To switch me from the 2:25 to the 7:25, and the bus was half full.
Did you get on the 7:25?
Yes.
Okay.
I got on the 7:25.
What were you feeling when you stepped onto that bus?
I was feeling I understand what Kafka was writing about. This was like totally. I was feeling.
This actually. Kafka's a bad
ambient
example.
Corporate hostility.
No, wait.
Ambient corporate hostility.
Kafka's a bad example because you could surmise that the reason for all these things happening to you was because of the ineptitude of the driver and the people behind the counter, where if you're in a Kafka novel, you'd have no idea what was going on. It would be a mystery. But you knew it was just because they're stupid.
Thank you, Professor Brian.
Is that accurate, though?
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not.
Right.
It's like this totally. Kafka creates this totally senseless world.
Yeah.
That if you say the right thing, you'll get out of it, but you don't know what the right thing is, and everything you say that seems to make sense doesn't make sense to them, and they misinterpret it.
Oh, okay, I get it.
And so now I want to tell this story as my experience with Greyhound customer delight.
You are doing it right now. And you know what? I'm going to send this video to Greyhound Customer Care Complaint Department. I'm going to send this to the executives, actually. I will. I actually will do that. Yep.
Good. Because there was no reason for this to happen. The agent, who is the Greyhound representative, told me it'd be okay. There were so many screw-ups. On a systemic level, if the driver is going to be a ticket taker, why doesn't he have a handheld device that can type in my confirmation number at the airport? He had it. It was recorded, but the driver either didn't have or wasn't interested.
He was not interested. Yeah.
In actually seeing if I had a ticket.
A couple things. Can you describe the driver physically?
He was like 5'9", maybe.
Okay.
He was 55 years old.
You have a mustache, beard, facial hair?
No facial hair.
Gray hair, black hair, white hair. Okay.
Really hostile from the beginning.
Okay, now
he was white.
What was the time and date? Just again, so we can get this recorded.
It was Thursday, June 20th, 4 what was supposed to be the 2:15 bus, he didn't actually get. First of all, the bus was an hour late, so I'd already waited an hour. So it was 3:15, but it was the 2:15 bus from Burlington to Boston.
What day was that again?
Thursday, June 20th.
And this was a Greyhound bus.
Greyhound bus.
The side of the bus said Greyhound. It wasn't like another
Greyhound
All right.
bus.
All right.
Although they don't actually mark where you're supposed to wait for the bus, I had to ask 3 different people. This is where the Greyhound stopped.
Okay, so what part of town were you in? Like what?
I was downtown as opposed to the airport. They stopped at 2 places,
Okay.
or at least the 2:15 bus does.
What was near you, like that you could pinpoint, like a nearby landmark or something? What was near?
The Burlington City bus station was there.
That's where you were at, where you were waiting for this guy?
It was around the corner.
Around the corner. Okay, that's good enough. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to send this to the CEO, executive department, and complaint department of the Greyhound bus.
Good.
I will.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to have to explain this.
And now, of course, since this video also is the beginning of this is about your teeth and the corn thing, they're going to have to sit through that, but still,
well,
it's okay.
You can excerpt.
I don't even know if I want to. I think that brings context to this whole thing.
But it was such a unnecessarily hostile experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a ticket. I had the agent. They'd taken my money.
But let's go beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Was the bus packed?
No.
Was it raining?
It was pouring.
And how many people did not get on the bus? How many people were waiting?
Just me.
So his greatest transgression could have been letting a poor soaked person on the bus that was downpouring. That's what he was afraid to not do, right? That was his biggest fear, is to let someone on the bus out of the rain. But he felt better about himself leaving you there.
I guess. I mean, I wasn't in his head, and I would not like to be in his head. But,
all right. Do you have any message for the Greyhound executives?
It's like, why does this system, if you have customers, why do you have a system that's so customer hostile? I mean, this is a big company. This is a company that's, spending a lot of money on infrastructure. Why can't the driver type in my password and confirmation number, which the agent for Greyhound tells me confirms that I have a ticket and that they have already taken the money out of my account because I've paid online. They have my money.
We're going to get to the bottom of this. I love to connect this to the people that can do something about it. So we're going to connect this to the people at Greyhound.
Okay.
All right,
good.
So some closing statements, or are you good?
The closing statement is I took a lot of deep breaths and chanted a lot of ohms.
Yeah, it was very ohm-heavy experience.
And I was just like, that I found, and that the man at the Burlington airport name was Jerry Bearditch, and he was wonderful. He helped me so much. I wrote him up for a customer delight comment. I appreciate when human beings treat other human beings like human beings, even if they work for a corporation like Greyhound.
Mm-hmm.
And he treated me kindly and helped me. I'm really grateful for his help. I hope he gets a promotion. He should have something to do with customer service and redesigning it, because customer service was terrible.
All right, I think that's a good place to end it.
Okay.
So I'm going to be stopping the tape, and bye-bye.